Hey everyone, welcome to the Daily. Today is Tuesday, April 12th. I'm Greg Lawless alongside Simon Borg. And Simon, the midweek hype is already beginning. We're going to start with the Rocky Mountain Cup, first game in the series between Real Salt Lake and the Colorado Rapids. We've already seen RSL looking forward to this game. They rested some of their starters over the weekend, and they did mention it wasn't just the CCL game and the travel, it was they were looking ahead to the Rapids match. Yeah,
this is a match that would have been scheduled for this coming weekend were it not for the fact that Real Salt Lake has planned ahead of their Champions League final against Monterrey. They're on the road next week, so they wanted to move that weekend game to this Wednesday, and it's a treat for MLS fans because this is a rivalry that has the potential to be one of the best in the league this year, and all you need is proof: the video, the promotional video that Real Salt Lake put together, which if that doesn't give you goosebumps, I don't know what does.
Well, obviously right now both teams in the top of the Western Conference. Real Salt Lake now 3 games, 3 wins, and Colorado 3-1 on this season. We heard Kyle Beckerman talking yesterday, actually, though, saying that it's not just about winning Champions League, it's also about winning MLS Cup and everything else.
Yeah, and Will Johnson, who was the captain over the last weekend, reiterated that desire. This is a team, Real Salt Lake, that is mature. It's a maturing group, been together for a while. They realize this is the year they can capitalize on that unity with trophies.
Well, that game is at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You can watch it on Direct Kick or online at Matchday Live here on MLSsoccer.com. Also on Wednesday night, Toronto and the LA Galaxy. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also catch that here on MLSsoccer.com through Matchday Live. But Thursday night, big game, match of the week. Portland Timbers have their home opener. They're already getting excited about this one out in Timbers land. And Simon, what's going on though with some selection issues for Coach John Spencer?
Yeah, going into this match, there was some debate whether there was a battle between Troy Perkins, the incumbent, and Jake Gleason, who's the third-string goalkeeper, for that starting position between the posts. And it looks like John Spencer late yesterday confirmed that Troy Perkins will not be available on Thursday, so that makes his decision easy. Jake Gleason, the young goalkeeper who's impressed, will get the start.
Well, you can catch all the action of the Timbers home opener at 11 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes. Simon, let's go across to the other coast to New York, where young Juan Agudelo has been catching the eye of some pretty big clubs around the world.
Yeah, there's a report coming out of Spain from Marca, the sports daily, saying that Atletico Madrid, one of the big clubs from La Liga, have their eye on Juan Agudelo, and it's been for some time. This comes as part of a report about Atletico Madrid's interest to establish some relationships locally, but the note about Agudelo shouldn't come as a surprise because the New York Red Bulls forward was part of that Generation Adidas squad that traveled to Spain last November and really played well, including defeating Atletico Madrid in a handy victory there. So Agudelo showed well, along with several other young guys.
Well, pretty interesting. An official from Atletico Madrid was at the Philadelphia-New York match this past weekend. And speaking of that match, also, we heard a little bit about Hans Backe and his opinions of Philadelphia, actually.
Yeah, Hans Backe, in his reaction to that 1-0 loss, says that, frankly, there was only one team on the field, and he was referring to his own. A lot of possession for the Red Bulls in that game, and he felt that based on how that game played out, that the Red Bulls should have had an easy win in that one.
Well, they might have gotten it if they had scored a couple, but they didn't. They ended up losing 1-0. And another team that lost, the New England Revolution, their captain, Shauri Joseph, joined us on Extra Time Radio yesterday, talked about an identity crisis within the Revolution right now.
Yeah, this was a very revealing interview into the internal struggles here at the Revolution, and their struggle to gain an identity, and that refers to how does the team play? Is it a passing team? Is it a long ball team? And he indicated that they're still a few games away from establishing that, and it's going to depend on getting all their pieces healthy and on the field at the same time to see how the team clicks.
Well, the Revolution still only 1 loss on the season, so not so bad. You can catch Shauri Joseph's interview with Extra Time Radio on iTunes or on Buzzsprout. Also, today on MLSsoccer.com, MLSsoccer.com's Team of the Week will be revealed. You can also vote for Save of the Week. That's it for the Daily. We'll talk to you tomorrow.